Hey, everybody, I just wanted to show off a couple of new features that we're going to roll out in the next day or two in regards to time zones. Many of you have transactions that reside in different time zones. And historically speaking, AFrame only gave you one option for a time zone. Your entire account had to be in a certain time zone, and then you sort of needed to operate within that time zone, which got a little confusing, especially if you operate in different time zones. So we've fixed that. And essentially, what we've allowed to happen now is you can, clearly set a time zone for your entire account. That option has not changed. However, you also need to set a time zone for each individual user. And then also you can set a default time zone for the transaction itself, which really allows some robust flexibility in regards to keeping track of times in transactions. So this account right here that I'm demoing is actually in the central time zone. So I'm going to go ahead and add a transaction that's, let's say, on the East Coast out of New York. And I'm going to select a couple items here just so we can save this transaction. And we'll select an agent, and I think I just need a times or a list date. Okay, we'll create it. Now, AFrame is smart enough to figure out where these properties are. And so you can see here that it actually recognized that, hey, this property is not in the default time zone for this account. So you can see this notification. It says, hey, this is not in your regular time zone. So we went ahead and automatically applied the Eastern time zone to this transaction. And you'll see here you can change this if you want to correct it in the miscellaneous tab. I'll go ahead and click on the miscellaneous tab so you can see that. This is where the transaction time zone is set. And of course, I do have the option to change that if I would like. So let's go ahead and see some of this in action. So if I create an event for this particular transaction, all-day events don't really apply, obviously, because they don't have a time associated. However, if you do have events where times are associated, then once I unclick the all day, I have the option to select a time. And now you see this new field where I get to select the time zone itself. Now I could override this, but it automatically selects the time zone for which the transaction has been set. Let's go ahead and save this, and I'll show you what it looks like. Now you'll notice that you do see the time zone demarcation out here over to the right of the time. If this was in my own time zone, you would not see that. But because I am in Central Standard Time and this time at 10 a.m. happens to be Eastern time, then you'll see that noted there. I'll kind of demonstrate if I say this is a Central Time event and I select time and I set it for Central Time, you'll notice this will be 9 a.m. and you will not see that demarcation. So again, if an event is in your own time zone, you won't see anything special. It will just remain as always. However, if you do start to use the time zones that are different from your own, you'll start to see that demarcation there. I will show you one other thing before I let you go. This is where you would typically set the time zone for your account. This is in the admin team information, team info area. And you'll still need to set this time zone for your account. This has already been set by everyone. Really not much to do there. Additionally, each user, you can set the time zone specifically. So I'm just going to click on a user account here, and now you'll notice this time zone field here under the user count that can be set differently from the account itself. This works well if you have maybe a virtual assistant that is in a different state across the country. Then their times that they're viewing can be it's a little more relevant to them. So that's another option. You can also set the time zone for your managed agents. So if you're out of a different state from all the agents that you take care of, they're going to get notified at the correct time. So this really fixes a lot of issues as it pertains to time zones and reminders and managed agents, no matter where they live. Okay, I think that just about covers it. We're excited to introduce these new features. Again, like I said, they should go live tomorrow or the following day, sometime this week. But as always, if you have questions, please reach out to us at support@aframesoftware.com. All right, we'll see you.